Yes.
Yeah. So you took a rest?
Yes, I took a rest.
Yeah, for 20 minutes, right?
Yes.
Okay, me too. I was listening to the music while waiting for the time, 'cause it's so quiet here. There are only six teachers every Sunday.
It's kind of mandatory for all
Mhm.
teachers to participant in
Mhm.
weekend class.
You mean participate?
Yes, participate weekend class.
No, it's not mandatory.
Mhm.
There are only you in the originally there were only four teachers,
Yes.
and then I think the number of students went up, so they added two more teachers. And we volunteered. We were not forced. We
Yes.
volunteered to have the weekend schedule. And if the teacher does not have a lot of students,
Yes.
she will be removed and replaced by another teacher who is probably more popular like that. Yeah, so we have to maintain the number of our students. But it's not every weekend that we have a lot of students. Most often than not, there are only a few students on weekends because um, a lot of people like to take a rest, right?
Yes, that's correct. Especially
Yeah.
it's weekend.
Yes, correct. Like you have a lot of classes today, but usually you don't take
Yes.
weekend classes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's
Well,
crack up.
I
Mhm.
I like
Uh-huh.
I like to take English class, but there is just what they call like to take English class. I enjoy speak English and I enjoy talk with the teacher and make a sentence, make a more proper
Mhm.
sentence
Mhm.
with the teacher. But thing is that just 5 or 10 minutes before start class, I feel kind of pressure, pressure
Mhm.
that uh, I I would like to take a rest more, or it's kind of a burden to speak in English suddenly.
Mhm.
Yeah, something like that, and that's why I think people don't like take a weekend class.
Mhm. Okay, I see. Well, we feel that way,
Yes,
um, especially when you just had your vacation
yes,
and then suddenly you have to speak English. There is a pressure. You want to be fluent, but you can't because
yes,
there is a limitation with your knowledge, right? It's
yes.
normal. That's why you have to make it a habit to speak English every day.
Yes, but
Slowly make a habit.
at the same time, it's kind of burden to speak in English since I have enough speaking skill yet,
Mhm.
and that's why even though I like take English class, but I still feel kind of pressure or burden.
Mhm. That's a
Just
part of it.
yes, part of it. Yes, part of
This is also a part of my job.
it.
There are times I don't feel like using English because the only time I use English is when I work here in the office.
Yes,
Outside of work, uh, during my break time, I use Filipino with my coworkers. Even though
yes.
we have EOP rule, English only please rule in the production area, we feel uncomfortable talking to each other in English.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We even have two American or not American, two native language speakers here, Teacher Michael and Teacher Steve.
Yeah, I know.
When they came, the other teachers were avoiding them because they felt uncomfortable,
Yes.
being around
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
native speakers.
I totally understand what you. But in terms of education,
Hmm.
you may speak English in your home,
Not at home.
not
I
home.
never spoke English at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, in Korea, some kind of people who can speak English very well, they even speak in English in their home, to their child,
Mhm.
their friends. It's kind of what they call kind of
It's a
pride.
part.
Yeah, pride
Ah,
or kind of for education to their children. They,
okay.
I'm
That's
not
what.
sure. Yes, yeah, I'm not sure,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Actually, yeah, that's what mothers are doing nowadays
yeah,
because
yes,
kids have very fresh minds. You know, they easily mimic what adults tell them
yes,
or
yes.
whatever they hear from adults. But in my case, even though I keep on telling my students to use English as often as they can, I don't practice that
No.
in my own situation. When I'm with my friends after work, after 2 p.m., I don't speak English anymore. Not at home, not with my friends, not anywhere. I only use English here in the office during my work time only.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Mm,
and but I write in English.
yes.
Yeah, because um uh even in school when I was in school in elementary we had English classes, right, until
Yes.
college. Um the teacher the books were written in English. Sometimes the teacher taught in English, but it's a combination of English and Tagalog. So we call
Yeah.
it Taglish. In Korea you call it
Ah, yeah,
Taglish,
yeah, yeah, yes.
right? Okay. I in college I used English during presentations only. And
Mm,
how I practice my English here in the office. I learned from other teachers. I thought my English was enough after graduating from college, but I learned that um, there's there are a lot of problems with my pronunciation, and I had to try exert more effort to hone or work on the parts that I was weak. So now I am more confident about myself. So it takes time, a long
yes.
time, not only 1 year.
Yes, and that's the most difficult part of being fluent.
Hmm.
It takes more time, really, really more long
Yes,
time.
correct. And my students are asking me, teacher, why, how come you improved fast? Um, well, because here in the office, I had to I had to take it seriously because it's my job,
Yes,
right? I learned fast because my every time I teach my students, I had to be quick,
yes,
you know? It's not a game. And I
yes,
use this job to earn money.
yes,
Okay, but for other people, the improvement is very slow because they have a choice
yes.
not to work hard.
Mm,
Yeah, they can delay because I have time tomorrow. I have time next week, like that.
yes.
Yeah, okay? So
I
it's
know
your
that.
choice.
Yes, yes,
Anyway, let's get started with the interview.
yes, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I know that people cannot be desperation easily.
Mhm.
Desperate, desperate, desperate easily. They,
Yeah.
if they have a choice option, they never cannot be desperate.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah,
You have to have an addiction in English.
yeah.
Okay. So, our next question is,
Yes.
do you have it?
Which one do you want to focus on? Ap Aptitude and salary choose when you choose your job.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes.
So, which one do you prefer?
Yes. Yep. Uh, 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 yeah. My previous job place was uh, human resource department, and I worked there. The salary and I satisfied with the salary, but the thing is that uh, the work, the task has a distance from what I expected, and that's why I try to find something new and something new. And I, at the time, I felt, even though I am satisfied with the salary, the work, the content of work does not satisfy with me. And that's why I am here. I want to put focus on aptitude and focus on what I want to do. And that would be one way of uh, satisfying, making life satisfied.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's one way of making life satisfied. All right. I am satisfied the salary. Okay,
Yes,
let's check.
I am
This
satisfied
is the
with the
correct
salary.
sentence.
Yes, I am satisfied with the. I am with the. I am satisfied with the salary.
Okay, the content of work does not satisfy me.
Yes, the content of a worker does not satisfy me. The content of a
Okay,
worker does not satisfy me.
that's one way of making life satisfactory.
That's one way of making life satisfactory. That's one way. That's one way of making life satisfactory. Yes.
Hmm. Mm,
Can you?
okay,
Yes. Can you ask
repeat.
me this? Yes, same question again.
Okay, so the question was. I often forget.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yes.
No, no,
Yes.
no. Aptitude and
Yes.
yeah,
Aptitude.
choose between the two. I'm
Yes.
just kidding.
Yes. Yes.
Choose between the two.
Uh, in my case, I put focus on aptitude. I worked. I worked as a human resource management staff, and the salary was nice. I was satisfied with it. But even though the salary was good, I did not satisfy with the content of work. That's why I tried to find something new, something I have been dreaming. So I put focus on aptitude when I chose the job, and I think that's one way of making life satisfactory.
Okay, something I have been dreaming of.
Something I have been dreaming of, something I have been dreaming something I have been dreaming of, and I'm sure that's one way of making life satisfactory.
Okay. All
Yep.
right. Good.
Yes, and next keyword is flight school.
Mhm.
Yep. Flight
About
school, yes, like
flight school.
how did you train or how was your living your course in flight school? What difficulty? Yeah, something.
Okay, so how was your life in flight school?
Mm, I heard that it takes about a year to complete the whole course of flight school, but actually it took more time than I expected. It took about 1.5 year, and sometimes I feel I feel I feel uncomfortable, and sometimes I feel worried about I can finish it, the course what I planned. Can I say it? Can I answer again? Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Uh, I have a I have a 300 or 20 flight time, and uh, I trained in in Florida, and I have a 320 flight hour uh, with Cessna 172 and Piper PA-24. The living in flight school is was was not exactly same with my expectation, but I satisfied with the living in there. Everything was new and everything was interesting because that's what that's what I've dreamed. I've been dreaming of it. So I
Oh,
satisfied. Yeah. Yes.
just oh, that's what
Oh.
you've been dreaming of.
I've been dreaming of. So everything was satisfied with it, and I really yes enjoy the living there.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed my life there.
I really enjoyed my life there. Enjoyed my life there. Yeah, because I realized that it would be better to say positive side, not
Mhm.
negative or it's longer than I expected. I yes,
Mhm.
it would not be good.
Yeah. The end part of your answer should be positive.
Yes,
Aside
positive.
from
Yes,
yeah, despite all of those difficulties you went through during your school period, you still appreciated it, and
yes,
it
yes,
helped. It honed you to be who you are now,
yes,
right? And
yes,
you overall or generally you enjoyed your life in flight school.
yes.
Everything was satisfactory.
Everything was satisfactory. And then, is it correct? Everything was satisfactory. And
Yes,
is
not
it correct?
satisfied.
Yes, satisfactory. Yeah, there's T. Satisfactory. By the way, is it correct factory? Is it correct that I have a 320 flight time and I have flown in I have a flown. Is it correct? I have a flown or
Yes,
I ride?
I have flown.
Rode?
I rode is also correct.
Or sorry, I have flown there and 320 and then
I have flown 320 times.
yes and what how how can I describe with the airplane's model number? I have flown with Cessna or
Yes,
I
Cessna.
or using Cessna, not using, right?
I have flown with, just say with,
With it, yes.
hmm with Cessna plane, etc.
Yes,
And my
extra.
total flight time was
Total flight time,
3,000, 300, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah.
yes, flight time, yes.
Mm. Okay, that's it.
Yes, and then next keyword, mm, yeah, three word for you. What word can be best to describe you? Something like yeah.
Okay, can you give me three words that best describe you?
Mm, yes. Uh, I think those words would be endurance, uh, punctuation, and enthusiasm.
Mhm.
And those three words that are my motto when I live. Enthusiasm is very important when when he do something because it's kind of a source of power to maintain. If there is something wrong, something not expected happened to him, it's kind of the source of power, enthusiasm, and also
Mhm.
endurance. If he has, if he, even though he has in, enthusiasm,
Mhm.
even though even though he has enthusiasm, he does not have endurance. He may give up in the middle of a process. So I think endurance is also important to maintain uh, his willing power and
Mhm.
punctuation. I think being on time is the first step of making life better, and it's kind of basic skill to maintain a good relationship with others. So I think three words can describe me because those all three words are my motors in my life.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let me check. Um, some when he do something, when he does something.
When he does something,
Yes. To maintain his willpower, not willing power. It's willpower.
willpower, to maintain his willpower. Yeah.
And then those all three words, you have to rearrange and say all those three words.
All those three words.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay, all those three words best describe me, etc., etc.
And I noticed that it was a little bit long answer, isn't it?
Answer.
Yes, or wasn't it? Yes.
Uh,
A
I
little
didn't
bit
feel it.
long,
I
yes.
didn't feel like it was too
Oh, really?
long.
Uh,
Yeah, but you have to be always mindful of your extra or unnecessary expressions.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, as
Yes.
much as possible, try to summarize your answer. Make it short.
Make it short.
Yeah, because you don't have enough time to explain so many things.
Yes,
All right.
I
So
think
say it
so.
in a brief and concise manner.
Yes, briefer and concise manner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So are we going to answer the same question?
Mm, yes. Just to give me yes another chance to answer the question.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Yes. Uh, yes. I think enthusiasm, endurance, and punctuation. Those three words.
Sorry. Hold
Yeah.
on. We don't say punctuation.
Ah,
Punctuation is a part of the English.
punctuation.
We say punctuality.
Punctuality. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Pung. Yes. Punctuality. Yes. Punctual. Punctuality, enthusiasm, endurance. Those are all three words
All
are
those
my
three words.
all those three words are my motto, and I always keep in mind. And I think enthusiasm is very important when he does something because it's kind of a source of power to maintain what he decided at first. And endurance is also important not to give up something in the middle stage. And punctuality can make a good relationship with others. And so those all three all those three words uh, has an important meaning for me, and that's why I chose those three words.
That's why I chose them.
Yes, that's why I chose them. Yeah,
Okay. Yep.
yeah,
So try to find an alternative, um, so you can avoid using the same words in your answer.
yes.
Okay. Instead of repeating three words, just say them,
Ah, them. Yes,
it, yes, or something else. If you can find other appropriate expressions. Okay. I
yes,
have a question for you.
yes,
How do you feel about travel or relocation? You might be relocated. You might be
yes.
asked to stay in one place for a long period of time. And what do you think about that?
I'm kind of the person who enjoy traveling and to changing
Uh,
my location.
okay, I'm the kind of person. I'm the kind of person.
I am the kind of person, right?
Yes.
Yes, I am the kind of person. Uh, I am the kind of person who enjoy traveling and move to and enjoy to adapt to new environment. So it does not matter for me to change location. And in the other hand, I enjoy those situations, and that's one of the reason why I chose for the job.
On the other hand,
On the other hand, on the other hand, I enjoy those things: relocation and traveling, adapting, adapting to. Can I say adapting to a new environment?
okay, that's correct.
It is adapting.
That's one of the reasons. Reasons.
Yes, yes, adapting to a new environment. Adapting to a new environment, I enjoy those things.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes,
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
yes, thank you.
I think I have another question for you.
Yeah.
Um, how much are you expecting to earn in this job?
Uh, I am beginner. I mean initial pilot, so I don't focus on how much I can get uh, using the job. Throughout the job, I only focus on what I have, what I will get trained, and what I do in the company. And I think that's the basic attitude for beginner.
You mean what training I will go through?
Ah, what training I will go through? What training? Ah, yes. What training I will go through and what I do in the company. I
Hmm.
just I just focus on those things, and that's the basic attitude for beginner.
Okay. Very good answer. Um, what else? Let me
Mm,
think of another question.
yes, me too, because I always spend all the questions I prepared. So,
Do you have any role model?
ah, by the way, do you think it's okay to mention about flight
A movie
movie?
star?
Yeah,
Sure.
but it seems like it sounds like a not serious answer.
It is. If if you if that person inspires you,
Ah,
if
yes,
that
yes,
person in the movie,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
is your inspiration.
yes. I watched the movie Sully, and I I have impressed with the captain in the movie, Sully. He controlled the Airbus 321 very well, And in the result, he saved so many people, even though the emergency situation happened to him. I also want to be a person like him and deal with the emergency situation well and very and known how to take an action, how to take a proper action in emergency situation. I mean, person who has a good decision and good knowledge of his job. Yes.
Mhm. Okay.
Uh,
Wait a minute.
yes.
He went he went into emergency situations.
He bumped. He bumped. He bumped into emergency situation, but he did
He
not
managed
lose.
to.
Yeah, he managed to the situation very well, and he did not lose his. Well, just he managed the situation very well. In the result, he saved
As a result,
as a result. As a
mhm.
result, as a result, he saved all his passengers. It's it's very very impressive for me, who is preparing for the job uh, as him, same as
Okay.
him. Yeah.
Okay. As a result, all the passengers were saved. Saved. That um, that was really inspiring for me as someone preparing for this job. Can you read that part?
Yes, thank you. He managed the situation and kept He managed the situation and kept his cool under a lot of pressure. As a result, all the passengers were saved. That was really inspiring for me as someone preparing for this job. That was really inspiring for me as someone preparing for his job. As someone preparing for his job. Yes. Uh,
Okay.
yes.
All right. And then you can add the other because, etc., etc. All
Etc.
right.
Etc. Yes.
Okay. What else? Let me think.
Mm, yes. And then, mm, mm,
Mm. How do you keep your job?
yes. For short term,
Mhm.
I I will focus on to adapt to a new environment.
Focus
I
on adapting.
focus on adapting a new environment. I will do my best for training and all the new things that I should learn. And in long term, I want to be admirable workers in the company, from senior and from our newcomers. I want to be uh, respectful workers in the company. I can to to be that kind of person. I always willing to share what I've learned and share opinion with others, and that's I'm that's I'm thinking to keep my job. Uh, yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's
Okay.
what
All right.
I think. Yep.
Okay. So my comment is the same as what I told you a while ago.
Yes.
You definitely know how to make a very good answer to the questions.
Yes.
The only problem is your use of preposition, sometimes unnecessary
Yes.
repetition,
Yes.
you know, unnecessary expressions. Okay, so if you're able to change that way, if you're able to manage that, then you will sound more impressive and convincing.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I can overcome with it by memorizing the sentences we study in the class together.
Mhm.
And then yes I will practice it. I will practice it not to say same thing. Or, yes.
Okay, okay. But I know that you are trying to maintain the natural tone of your voice, your natural delivery. Uh, I think that sometimes when you try not to have extra expressions, you
Yes.
feel like it's not normal.
Yes.
It sounds weird for you. Sometimes when you're talking fast and then you forget about the rule, you feel more comfortable. The sound is more natural. However, the grammar is not correct.
Ah, yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. But that gives you the confidence because you're doing it in your own way. So I understand. But since we're checking the grammar, we have to follow the rule. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So work on that. And
Yes.
thank you for practicing with me today. Check
Yeah.
all of your feedback boxes. Okay?
Yes. Thank you very much for today, your consideration and your understanding of me, and I'm very appreciate. And yes, see you tomorrow. Yes. Yes. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
It's my pleasure. It's always my pleasure to have you in the class. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Have a rest tonight, okay?
Yes. Thank you again, and have a yes, wonderful weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, you too. Have a great
Yeah.
weekend. Thank
Have
you.
a great weekend.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah. Wow.